What is up, guys? Zan from the Madden channel. In today's video, we're going to show you how to stop that I-form tight stretch RPO U-pop, which is a very popular play, gaining a lot of steam. This is found in the San Francisco 49ers Madden Live alternate playbook. These just became possible to use in Madden Ultimate Team, but this is a play that was in the game before that, but a lot of players didn't use the Niners playbook until the Madden alternate live playbooks came out. Now we're seeing quite a bit of it. I saw it last night in Friday Night Football. A lot of players are going to start running this, so you're going to see a fair amount of it. In fact, if you guys watched the channel just a couple days ago, we dropped a tip. One of my favorite plays that came into the game as a result of the Madden Live alternate playbooks was the strong close mesh post that's also found in the San Francisco 49ers playbook. So I believe I was told that the Denver Broncos also have this offensive play that we're going to show you how to stop. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at it from my favorite play or my favorite formation. That is the 3-4 bear. Obviously, you guys know that this is something that is kind of the defense I've run all year long. This is something that I try to stop almost everything. There's only a select couple formations I really don't call the bear against. It's something that I've really mastered this year, and go ahead and show you kind of how to slow this down. Now, the reason I chose this topic for today was that the I-form tight is typically known as a formation that is just stretch and dive. If you go back to Oakland early in the year, it's just stretch and dive. Well, if you take a look at the Niners playbook, they do have the ISO, they do have the stretch, they have a fullback dive, they've got a 95 mic, some 26 duo, regular power O, but then they have that stretch alert U pop. And the reason that people are struggling to stop it in competitive Madden is because they typically run the 3-4 odd pinch dog 2 against regular stretches, and then they run the pinch dog 3 against the RPO stretches. Well, when you have a stretch and an RPO stretch in the same formation, that makes your life a little bit more difficult. So I want to go ahead and get into this here. It's the stretch alert U pop, and we're going to go ahead and call the 3-4 bear. Now, before we get in the tip, guys, please make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so that way you guys don't miss any of the content that I've got coming your way here on the Zan Madden channel. Pushing towards 1,000 subs here early on, first week or so of uploads on the channel. All right, without further ado, 3-4 bear, cover 3. Now, this is a very generic run defense. This is what I use typically as my safe run defense. Now, I do have run defenses where I run blitz, if you will. I try to get into the backfield and make stops on the ball carrier. But when it comes to, stopping a variety of runs, or maybe a run is giving me a lot of trouble, this is what I'll go to as kind of my safe bet play. So we call the cover 3, and what you notice is that it kind of staggers where you have this strong safety that stacks behind the inside linebacker. I will pull this safety right into the middle, and we're basically creating kind of like a 5-3 stack defense. If you kind of take a look at it, we're stacking, it looks kind of like a stacked defense, but yeah, in general, this is what we do here is we kind of stack the safety behind the nose tackle. And what these 3 players are designed to do is eat up those interior linemen, allowing the safety and the 2 middle linebackers to flow to the ball. Now, the additional tip that I'm going to make here is I'm actually going to spy this free safety. This free safety will then play downhill, and what he's going to be able to do is kind of fill some cutback lanes, and they really just spy the ball carrier in general. Now, of course, you're probably saying, Zan, the middle of the field is wide open. There's no middle third. What I will typically do is I will go ahead and play a deep half zone on the outside for both of my defensive backs, just in the event that they decide that they want to attack the middle of the field. Also, if I realize it's a pass, I will go ahead and replace the spy defender in coverage over the middle. That's another alternative if you want to kind of leave, the outside thirds. If there's something where your opponent is mixing in smart out routes, don't be afraid to drop this player into a curl flat. And then if they snap the ball and it's a pass, your deep responsibility is over the top after you diagnose that they're going to throw. But obviously, most players do not throw from this set. It's something that you probably won't have to worry about. They're just going to run dive and stretch RPO at you. So again, all our setup is pull this safety right here into linebacker depth and basically spy the inside line or the safety. Now, these purple zones that are on the field, Ferguson and Judon, these are zones that, in my opinion, get the best block shed animations in Madden 20. These are the spin shed animations. They're also the animations where they'll kind of stem off a block with one arm and keep their shoulders square, so that way they can set a hard edge on the run as well. Very rarely do they get bottled up inside where you see Judon right here. They usually do a pretty good job of spinning to the outside or setting that edge. Now, with our user on this play, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to aim to kind of scrape low. We're going to scrape at this angle if it's to the left, and we're going to scrape at this angle flat if it's to the right. And what that's going to do is that's going to get the interior linemen, not only that are blocking the 3 guys in front where you have the guard covered, the center covered, and the other guard covered, but it also just kind of changes the blocking and allows us to sometimes come free, but also really free up these linebackers as they flow to the ball as well. So that's something that you can do. Now, again, we're going to go ahead and show you, this is the stretch RPO. It's a U-pop play. Go ahead and I'll try to use 2 controllers at the same time here. But what you're going to notice is when they run this ball, you kind of fly flat, and you see how that purple zone just kind of stems off that that tight end that's trying to block. And that's the animation that I'm talking about right there. They really set a great edge in the cover 3. You see right here how he just kind of like keeps his shoulders square and uses that inside arm to kind of keep that tight end from getting a good hook on him. You see right here how he basically sets that edge and funnels everything back to the inside. Meanwhile, with our user, you can see right here that we take this really flat angle that I'm talking about, and we plug up this gap, causing that fullback to have to really block us. And that's going to free up the safety spy. As you see, the safety spy comes down into the alleyway as well. And then you've got no hands on this player that's flowing the backside cut back lane as well. So this is really a defense that I go to quite a bit against heavy stretch personnel with 22, 2 backs, 2 tight ends on the field. Go ahead and show this to you again. Kind of take this flat angle, you scrape around the edge. You can see right there that, you know, you're able to make that play. So again, very, very simple. It's basically one step. You just spy the free safety, and then your user kind of stands right here. And when they snap that ball, you're going to fly around edge. And you see right there that even if you can't get around and prevent that fullback from hook blocking you on that play, the safety comes and cleans up for you. So there is a little bit of user responsibility on the play. I mean, you do need to be quick. Again, if you get a pretty fast safety, you can get that that animation where you can kind of hook around. Tony Jefferson, not the fastest user in the world, but I'm sure most of you guys out there are probably using Taylor Mays, Sean Taylor. So you're going to be in a pretty good shape to, you know, run this. You can see here that depending on the animation that the outside linebacker gets, it might free up your user to come in and make that hit stick. I can't tell you how many times with an enforcer, when this play is run, I will just fly around the end and then just click off and get a hit stick right there. I mean, clicking off is what everybody does this year. So this is something that you can do as well to, you know, kind of bag this up. So that's the stretch RPO to the left. And you kind of see again right there, we make a really nice play. I mean, they're not really picking up anything more than 3 yards, 4 yards at the most. Now, if they decide that they want to get cute with this, obviously they cannot flip this run. So this run only goes to the running back side, or I'm sorry, the wide receiver side. So what they may do here is they may have to, if they want to flip it, they may just motion. And obviously, you know, it's the same step to the other side. So if they decide to run the ball left away from you, this is pretty symmetrical formation. I mean, if you want to, you could kind of maybe get over here. I just like to play right here on this spot. And then again, it's kind of the same flow. You're just going to try to get out wide. And again, you see, even if you get picked up on the block, that safety in the spy playing downhill really comes in and makes a nice play. It's a really limited formation. But my recommendation is if you see the motion here, get on this side. That way, when they snap this ball, you can go ahead and get out wide. And again, you see how that purple zone just block sheds on the other side. I'm telling you guys, 3-4 Bear, those purple zones are the best block shedding zone in the game. I honestly don't think block shedding rating even matters. I say this because I'm in a CFM where I took over a team where the previous owner had nothing but strong safeties converted to linebacker. I'm talking guys with like 30 to 50 block shed, and they do these same animations in purple zones as, you know, guys that have 95, 96 block shed. They do these same animations where they just kind of put their shoulder into the edge, and then they're just going to disengage and be able to make this tackle in the backfield. So guys, that is how to stop this new pesky stretch RPO U-pop out of the Niners and the Broncos playbooks. I really think you're going to see a lot of this. A lot of players are using this right now because they know that the community defense is pinch dog 2 versus regular stretch and pinch dog 3 against stretch RPOs. So they're going to go naturally to the I-form tight where you have a stretch and a stretch RPO, and you won't be able to be in both of those defenses at the same time. So hopefully this tip is something that you can use to your benefit and get better stops against these stretch RPOs. Again, guys, check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/OZANO. We got sub tips on there as well, and we'll be bringing more content to you guys here on the channel. So make sure you guys subscribe here. We'll see you guys tomorrow.